Women, Radio WFM 91.7, the voice of women, Nigeria's first radio station for women and their families. Time check, it is 8 minutes past 9 this beautiful morning. And we have the ladies of HerLens here with us this morning. Olufumi J, good morning.
Good morning, Nima, once again. How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. Better than before. Good morning, Buki. How are you?
Bookie is doing fine. I want to thank God. It's drizzling here, so I'm just trusting God that the internet will be good. But Bookie is doing fine. Thank God it's Friday. And how are you too? How is Olufumi? I missed you yesterday, Olufumi.
I did. I went for a.
I was thinking you have thrown her. You know, Diva, you are on your own. you are on your own. But I can tell you, she nailed it. She nailed it.
I'm a proud mama. I'm a proud girl.
I'm proud of myself.
I can see her. She's blowing me my kisses. I'm receiving them. And to our Lens family, good morning. How are you doing? Happy Friday, Friday. You know, Friday means a whole lot to many things. It starts over here. Some will say, I want to start my work. This is the time I need to make money, you know, and some will just say, thank God it's Friday. This is the time I need to rest. And then, of course, this is the time I need to bond with my family. Whatever Friday means to you, please just make sure you are happy about it and you are making impact, not destroying lives. Not destroying lives. Yeah. Suzanne, how you doing now? I miss you.
Good morning, Suzanne.
Good morning, Nima. Good morning, Fumi. Good morning, Mambuki. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, I had to go to work and I work in Nasarawa State while I live in Abuja. And my core members were passing out yesterday. So even though they are troublesome, we had to go and give the kisses, the hugs, and do all the wala, you know, but hey, it was fun and it rained. It rained and rained and rained. But you know, thank God we're back on track.
Yeah. For me, I went for a gender advocacy event yesterday, the first by the UN and the World, in conjunction with the World Bank and IFC. It was such a beautiful event. I mean, when it comes to gender advocacy, putting women on the map, we cannot overemphasize it. There's still a lot of work to be done, or something that who was it? One of the he for she's that was there had said. He said it's just amazing that we're still talking about this in 2026. You know, how to put women first, how to advocate for women, how to speak for women. He just kept on saying it's a wonder how this, and there are a lot of men who are very, very vocal about, you know, the women in their lives, how they couldn't have been where they are, you know, without the women in their lives. And that's admirable to see. But on the other hand, I was reading an article yesterday how the Taliban in Afghanistan have now shut down everything with regards to the woman. We've been seeing it in phases where they said women can't come out unless they're accompanied by a man. They have to be covered head to toe. Women can't go to school anymore. Primary 6 is the highest level they can go. They can't go to secondary school anymore. They can't go to university anymore. We can't have female doctors because they have stopped women from working, which now means that women who are sick and need to go to the hospital cannot go to the hospital because a man cannot check a woman, right? And the more you see these things, the more I'm at a loss for words, because I cannot understand for the life of me the rationale behind this, bearing in mind that these men were born by women. Not be man born them, women were the ones that gave birth to them. So for me
to talk,
it's a bit, you know, like what's the basis of saying that women can't do this? In fact, if a woman wants to travel abroad, because now quite a few and family members can't advocate for their children or their girls anymore. If for instance a man now says, you know what, this country is too toxic and too dangerous for my girls, then there has to be like tenable reason as to why that that individual is going abroad, and they still have to be accompanied by a man. Now, for children, we've been fighting girl child marriages. Now there's no age anymore. As low as 9, before puberty has entered, you can marry off your 9-year-old to a man. It is worrisome that we're still talking about this in 2026. That's where I was yesterday, and then those were the articles I was reading. To be fair, I try to run away from those articles because it makes me really sad. Like, I get really, really sad. I get so, like, somebody poured, is it cold water, hot water on me? Extremely, extremely sad. But we'll continue to advocate for women. We'll continue to speak for women. There was something that this lady Soraya, I think Ahmad, that's her name, had said. She talked about mobility in terms of preventing. She said she got into an argument with somebody on Twitter about mobility when it comes to women. I had never seen it that way, and she explained it this way. She said when that she travels every now and again, to speak on for her work, and then about these kind of things. And she said somebody had asked her and said, how is it that your husband allows you to travel for work? And she said that's the thing, that you think that mobility is not an issue when it comes to women, but it is. Even every now and I just didn't know that was the language for it. You hear, and your husband allows you to, and your husband allows you to, and your husband allows you to. Those are things that get under my skin. And like, or you hear from a woman, you hear, where are the children? They have a father. They are at home with their father, because you hardly hear those questions asked to a man. But you know what? I've finished talking. Nima, over to you. Ibinaba just joined.
Yes. Good morning, Ibinabo. Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Good morning, ladies. Olufumi, Lady Nima, Lady Buki Efe, Lady Susan, and all the ladies and gentlemen out there. Good morning. It's great to be here.
Okay. In the meantime, before the phone lines are open, you can catch us on YouTube at WFM 917, or you listen to us on the go via our website www.wfm917.com. Morimu ete sono abi. How do Yoruba people say that? Someone says a Nigerian earning 60K now is better off than a Nigerian who jackpot 5 years ago and is earning 2,800 euros. That's 5.1 million monthly in the UK. Presidential aide Daniel Bwala reveals. He is a special advisor on policy communication to President Bola Tinubu. He said, automatically UK are facing harsh realities. So some of them are worse off than Nigerians living. And we say why? He said many highly educated people were employed in care homes despite holding university and postgraduate degrees. He says modern day slavery. Speaking on the Mariah show, he urged Nigerians not to assume everybody who relocated is living a better life. On this, I have to agree with him, actually. Not everybody who relocated is living a better life. Some of them have it hard. Truthfully, yes, they do have it hard. Because I was talking to someone one day and he was like, our brothers out there are facing harsh realities of life. They don't have places to sleep, food to eat. But for the presidential aide to come out to say Nigerians earning 60K.
No, Bola has been saying some really, really, really interesting things. Very, very interesting things.
And these people remove from reality.
By the special grace of God, yes.
What can 60K do? We were just saying this morning that 100K is not even enough for soldiers. You are now saying 60K. He said, those of us who think we are suffering, we are better off than our counterparts. Hey, Oban. Susan, over to you. What do you have to say to this? I think Susan has left the meeting. Buki, what do you have to say about this?
I'll start from where you stopped. Yeah, there are some people who are not doing well. They left good jobs, hoping to get better, and the issues of like work visa and things like that caught up with them. And there are some that they felt I could do better over there, depending on what you are facing there. Some are not earning as much, but they are comfortable. And there are some that are not comfortable. We know. So let's face it. However, the bone of contention for me here is this man is not comparing apples to apple. He's not. And I think it's not fair.
Yeah.
Coming from him. He's supposed to discuss intelligently. And that is worrisome for me. There's something we call GDP PPP, which is the purchasing power parity. He's talking from the angle. I hope you can hear me.
Yes.
He is coming from the angle of your purchasing power. And when I said he's not comparing apple to apple, he's talking of 60,000 to what?
5.1 million naira, 2,800 euros.
Which is about 2,000 pounds sterling.
Oh, pounds rather. Yes.
Yeah.
2,000 pounds sterling. Right.
Yes.
When we talk about purchasing power, you should, and that is why economics will always use the purchasing power parity, because it levels up. It levels up. It should be talking about somebody who is earning 2,000.
The rains are causing problem for us. Hi, Buki, can you hear us? Because we cannot hear you any longer. Maybe we should move to Susan since you wanted to ask Susan. Nima, go ahead.
Okay, Susan, over to you. This man says that at least what we pay for here is power, and many social services is almost nothing compared to what people pay over there. Okay, I can relate to what this man is saying a bit, just a teeny weeny bit.
Cannot.
No, do you know why I said so? Because I was talking to someone today, and yes,
Nima, the reason why you're comparing in an ideal situation. This man did not speak from he's speaking from the back of his head. Colon Jimmy. The same way Bayo Ononuga, hold on a minute. The same way Bayo Ononuga spoke about how there's no hunger in the land. That's the same way this man is speaking. If it was a case of you're speaking from a perspective of, look, life is hard in Nigeria, the way it's hard in America, is different. He's saying it to say, be lucky that you're even earning 60K, which you should not be earning at all in the first instance.
What I was saying was when he mentioned social services, what I said that I can relate is that many things in Nigeria, some bills that they pay over there,
Nima, there's no comparison, because here's the thing: their system works. They are paying for a system to work.
Okay.
So if you say you're paying for taxes, the reason why they have good roads is by virtue of the taxes that they're paying. The reason why they have 24/7 electricity is by virtue of the electricity that they're paying for. We are paying for electricity, but we've seen electricity.
Don't get me started on that.
So that's why Buki was saying it's like comparing apples to is it apples to oranges? She said there's no basis for that comparison at all in the first instance. Number two is that our purchasing power is different, right? I was talking to my mother-in-law yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was saying to her that, mommy, our fuel kidneys, our otin reduced. Their own has reduced since the war stopped. Ours is still struggling to reduce. Do you understand? Why is it that Keir Starmer, in the former prime minister, has stepped down? Was because there was high cost of living, fuel increase, even regardless of the fact that it was the war in Iran and US that was causing it. Do you understand? There's no basis for the comparison. But yes,
Okay.
Susan was speaking.
Okay, so Nima, thank you for your teeny winny. Let me hear the teeny winny. I'm not going to go Daniel
Oh
Buala
my
on us
god!
this morning,
Oh
because
my
I mean
god!
we are being realistic here. We don't want
Yeah.
to act like everything. He's right about one thing for me, and that is that income is not the same as wealth or quality of life. I
Mhm,
absolutely agree with that. It resonates with me because
mhm,
many people see a foreign salary and they assume it automatically means financial comfort. They don't
mhm.
see the taxes, the rent, the childcare, transport, insurance, or the realities of working two, three jobs just to stay afloat. You understand? And for some migrants, like we've already said here this morning, life abroad is, much harder than what social media portrays most time.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
let me come to the gang. Where I disagree is the comparison with 60,000. I was earning 60,000 and I resigned a little above 60,000 because I knew it could not take care of me in any sense. Let's be realistic. And we're looking at 2,600 to 2,800 pounds. He talked about so many things. Now, let me break it down. For many Nigerians, 60,000 a month is below what you need to comfortably cover food, housing, transportation, healthcare, and other basic needs. You understand? I understand what he was talking about, strong family and community support, but when everyone is struggling, who is that person who is supporting you? Show me the person. You don't even
Mhm,
have mouth to call anybody to help you because, I mean, everybody is under pressure. Everybody
mhm,
has this financial pressure,
mhm.
the so-called community you are talking about. So it doesn't mean that anybody is, economically better off and all of that he was trying to paint. The truth is this: income does not always translate to quality of life. We all know this.
Uh-oh.
I can't
Hi,
hear
Susan.
Susan.
We cannot hear you no longer.
I don't think he's being fair. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. He
Yes.
talked about 800 pounds for rent and everything. I agree. But the question is, do they have lights in these places? Are their health services working? Their transportation services, are they working? Can
Mhm,
you compare it with the average Nigerian? I just went to
mhm.
work yesterday. Do you know how much I have spent only this week? Just because I left my house to work. Do you know how much? And someone is somewhere telling me it's almost 60,000 naira. And someone is telling me that 60,000. And then there's something he said that did not sit right, for me as a social advocate and all of that. Are you saying that those people who took up those jobs, that they do not know what they are doing? If they will do the work, I mean, there's dignity in labor. If they will do the work and earn what is commensurate, why not? Who says anybody cannot? Why be one big name here and you don't have anything to it? You struggle around the clock. You struggle around the clock. So I expect that what is as a person of that status when if it is this difficult we press calculator, even as people who are working, what of people who do not have any jobs at all? How are they coping? How dare you compare 2,800, 2,600 pounds to someone earning 60,000 in Nigeria? Are you kidding me? Which of the Nigerians now? And when I was earning 60,000 and above was like 4 5 years ago, and I could confidently book a flight to and from, come to Abuja and go back to Lagos. I will not boast of that today, even with higher salary. And you are telling me 60,000. That is also showcasing that some of the people we have in these important offices are not emotionally alert to what the average Nigerian experiences on a daily basis. For someone to come on air and try to justify 60,000 in a system that you struggle, if you have a wife per chance and she is, I mean, he was talking of what is the name? The CS being free, being cut by 50,000 by the government of the day. Am I excited? Yes, maybe. But my question is, the remaining 50,000, 50%, I mean to say, can that 60,000 cover it? Not to talk of other things you need to do. Please, please, please. If we continue, we'll go on and on. But what he said is a no-no. Red flag that is buzzing in my head. Laye Miogo. Thank you.
Okay, over to you, Ibinabo.
Ọ̀rọ̀
Oh my gosh, that was heavy.
di hun, ọ̀rọ̀ pè sí jẹ́ o, ọ̀rọ̀ di hun. Can you hear me for me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Enjoying my music and my beautiful voice.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes when you ask certain questions, and the questions are meant for certain people, but because they are so far away, you don't even know how to face them and ask them so they can give you answers. Then suddenly they'll just show up and begin to respond. That is exactly what Mr. Bawala, Mr. Daniel Buwala has done. So ask yourself, what are our leaders thinking? Why don't they feel the pulse of the ordinary man? Why do they seem to be sensitive to the plight of that woman who sells corn that they said we should be selling? Of that woman who roasts yam by the roadside? That very soon the area boys will come and throw away her gada and say that she the money she has not made.
Yeah.
What am I saying? Like Buki said, we need to compare apple to apple. See, what Boala did or said is the mindset of a lot of people. But when you look at these people, they are comfortable. I've always said one thing. Let me hear this statement from people who are within that bracket of 60,000 naira monthly. Let us hear from them. Let them come and tell us. You see, that's what they call feedback. You don't sit in your high office and then you come and tell me somebody earning 60,000 naira is your driver. Now, let us ask Mr. Buwala, his driver, does he pay his driver 60,000 naira? Would that man drive him well and drive him with joy in his heart? When people talk about, okay, Buki took it out of my mouth. I was going to talk about purchasing power parity. You compare things of the same level. Let me tell you one thing. You see, the mistake we make in Nigeria is this. We tend to, because for want of excuse and for theories that are not reasonable, they will say, those who are working abroad, they are doing this, they are cleaning this. You see, sometimes some people will tell you, it is better I put somebody's shit and have peace of mind and be well paid than to be a beggar, than to be tempted to want to go into criminality. Because if you pay a man 60,000 naira, with a wife and a child, now let's come down to rent. I'm still looking at the man who earns 60,000. Let me even raise it up to 70,000 naira. How much is a room apartment if you want to rent it? I was with somebody in an area. It's not particularly a highbrow place. It is around the Ebute Meta. I was looking to support somebody for his accommodation. So I said, okay, I'd like to even start with how much is a room in that area, Ebute Meta generally. And the person said that a room, Neo, A room, hug me and I'll kiss you. You know what I'm talking about? A
Yes.
room, kiss me and I'll hug you. It's not a room self-contained, all those glorified, a room self-contained. No, one room. You share the same kitchen, you share the same toilet and bathroom. The person said the woman he recently got an apartment for, a one-room apartment for, that the woman paid, the rent itself was 450,000 naira.
Mm-hmm.
That room, after putting your 4x4, 4x6 bed, you will manage to get a space to put your bag and whatever. There is no, you don't have the luxury of, okay, have a small TV stand in one corner. That is the room they paid 450,000. It's not a new house. Now, break 450,000 naira, divided by 12. It is less than 38,000 naira, approximately. Now, when you earn 60,000 naira a month and you are living in a room apartment, you're not doing beyond yourself. You're not going to look for what you cannot afford. One room, I mean, they should go and be living inside gutter, under the bridge. One room, you remove out of 70,000 naira, you remove 35,000, for example. It will remain 35,000. You are going to transport yourself from your house to your place of work. One, you are going to feed yourself. Let's assume your wife said the roast corn by the roadside. So probably she will eat out of that corn, and then the small profit that she will see, she will use it to make small beans so that she and that baby will eat while you take care of yourself. If you spend, what can you buy 1,000 naira that you will eat and you'll be fit to work? I don't know. That will be your meal for the day. If you are going to be spending 500 naira in this economy to feed yourself a day, that is 15,000 naira. Out of the 35, it remains 20. If you are going to remove another, let's say 10,000 naira for transportation, it remains 5,000 naira. You will pay for electricity. There are bills to be paid for. That means in your life, you will not buy any new shoe to wear to work. You will not buy any new clothes to wear to work. You will not even shave. You will not barb your hair. You will not buy sachet water to drink. What are we even thinking as leaders? You see, somebody told me something some time ago. She said, when she was looking, I said, Kilo Wakiri. You have a good job. You're okay here. She said, I am tired of being apprehensive of my children's safety. Yes, there is insecurity all over the world, but insecurity get level. Insecurity get level. The consistency, the danger, and everything of insecurity, you cannot overemphasize. So she said she just wants peace. I mean, a level of peace that, all things being equal, that peace that you can get, that she's not getting here. So she spent so much money and relocated. When we talk sometimes, I'll say, have you found that peace? He said, you can't. I have found that peace. That I'd rather have that peace and go and do kole. Where's the disposal person? Sit in Nigeria and sit in my beautiful office. That if I leave my beautiful office and I want to go home, I'm afraid of a car behind me. Maybe that car would overtake, block me, rob me, most likely, maybe buy the person self. So you see, our leaders will let to compare things that are all these. Those are excuses that cannot hold water. If 60,000 naira is enough, then why are we paying our legislators so much billions? What's it now? It's too much. You are overpaying political office holders there. If you want to go by what he has said, that means we are overpaying our political office holders. We are clearly overpaying all the appointees. because they pay them in millions. Can you compare million to 70,000 naira?
Yeah.
So you see, reality is far from some of our leaders. And that is why when people complain about the economy, they don't see it. They don't get it. It's like when I was in Yusuf, the story was told. They said they called a man. I think it was a supervisor of the company, and international company with a branch in Nigeria. So they told him, we are thinking of the junior workers. We are wondering how they are coping with their current salary. We are thinking of increasing and everything. This man, you know what he did? He forgot that if they raise the salary levels of his subordinates, the thing go rise, go reach, and himself. If they cannot, if your subordinates are earning 70,000 naira and you are earning 90,000 naira, there's no way they will raise that salary to from 70 to 90. They will not raise your own from 90 to 110 or 150. So they said he brought Gary and water. See how we do ourselves. For Oyibo, he brought Gary and water. He poured water in a bowl and poured Gary inside and said the Oyibo should wait. And Gary can't swell up, can't reach the brim of the plate. He said, can you compare what I poured in the plate earlier and now what has happened after pouring water? The man was shocked. He said, this is what we eat. A little with water is enough for us. Why bother? And that was how his case was like the case of Haman. It was that man that they wanted to promote, but they needed to hear from him. That was his interview to be promoted. And he completely, because of his selfishness, messed up. Because of his eye service, he messed a lot of us as Nigerians, because of a little comfort here and there, because we are gaining from whatever we are gaining from, because of our selfish means, our selfish personality, our very self-centered mindset. When things are happening and they are not palatable, we want to support it because we feel that that is the only way. But some of them know that these things are not right, but they will keep supporting it. When they are in their closet, they condemn it. What does that make you? That makes you a hypocrite. Because when you say things the way it is, if your words could be taken to the bank and the check of your word will not bounce, that means you are respectable. So please, people in high offices should stop thinking that they know how an ordinary man lives. Because you don't know. Daniel Bwala is paid in millions. There are other remunerations that are not even. There are other things that will come to him because people are going to go to him that they want to meet Mr. President. They want to they will lobby, and lobbying comes with money. So you are in a place of comfort, you are in a place of opportunity, and you forget that there are people who are below. They're even below the first rung of the ladder. And they're not even close to it. They are right on the ground. And you would come and tell them that on that ground is where they belong. That is, they should find comfort on that ground. If you're advising that, okay, while the current government is trying to put things in the right order, while the current government is trying to revamp the economy, while the current government is trying to come up with policies that will take care of, that will be short-term, long-term, medium-term policies, fine. Talk about the policies. Encourage people. Identify with them. I saw a video of a particular leader of a country who sat down as an ordinary man, not in his high office, and he spoke to his people. He talked to, in that video, he spoke to the ordinary man. He identified with the ordinary man's pains. He identified with his frustration and promised him that we are working, we are doing all that we know how to do to make sure that that level you are, even if you don't rise above that level, we will make that level comfortable for you. We will make sure that the basic things are available for you. Even if you are not making it in the next 10 years, people they will get succor from your sweet words. But this ones will just come. They don't mind them. Abroad, they are washing sheets. Is it not better to go and wash sheets than to be here? And
please.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but you see, apologies, but people need to compare things of the same standard. This is not to say that this government is not trying. Okay. Cutting down hospital bills for cesarean section by 50% is a lot. Coming up with various policies to at least create buffers for the suffering of the people is a lot. But don't dare make mockery of their suffering. Don't dare make it look as if they are just talking, they're not suffering after all. You need to identify with their suffering and then tell them that we are working. We are working towards so many things that will make life bearable for you students. We are working. We will reconstruct roads. We will repair roads. The hospitals we will revamp. We will revamp the education sector. We will do this and that. Then the ordinary man will know that, yes, my government understands my pains. My government knows where I hurt, and they are working. When your mother is in the kitchen preparing the lunch or breakfast or dinner, even when you are so famished, there is hope that mommy will soon finish cooking and we will eat. It is better than to tell me that hunger you are experiencing is okay. It's okay. After all, those who went to look for food elsewhere, what are they eating? So they should not do that. All right. Like that. All these people around me are the ones saying none of this, and it's not fair. They should come with face, please.
Bookie is back, and I'm hoping that the network doesn't throw her out again. Bookie, please, over to you.
Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I'll wrap up. I'm happy that we had done justice. I wanted to come from the angle of the GDP purchasing power parity, because that is one of the key that nations now use. They don't use GDP like that because they know that has nothing. You can't tie it to the standard of living of people, and that's why they're now looking at what are those metrics.
Okay, we have a call. Good morning, Mrs. Oboli. Okay.
Is it the rain zone?
Yes.
Is gone. Mrs. Oboli, please try to call or send us a voice note on 0703 1756 537 or 08155 917 917, because the rains have started and we know that. And this is what we're talking about, Nigeria, where rain is falling and we cannot connect in peace. But yeah, Bookie, go ahead.
All right, so they're looking at metrics that you can really tie to the standard of living of someone. Let me start my story with someone that I know who earns 70K, right? Who earns 70K. The wife sells akamu, right? So he works in a company and they pay him 70K. Because they pay him 70K, he can't get what do you call it, an apartment. He can't get a one room close to his office, so he has to go far.
Mrs. Oboli is back. Good morning, Mrs. Oboli.
Good morning, ladies. Morning.
Good morning.
Hope you are not too serious on our side.
We dey see am.
But the average Nigerian like me has renewed hopelessness to show for this dividend of democracy. We have right palliative. You don't even get to us anyway. And stipends. And that meager sum that you mentioned, that is not even enough to feed their dog. Yet you come disgracefully to the public space to insult the sensibility of the average Nigerian. Look at how Ibn Abbas, Susan, and Buki are doing their breakdown. Tell me what 60,000 would achieve. Have you considered the current price of gas? If you were to buy cooking gas for maybe 1.6 or 1.8 times maybe 3 kg or 6 kg, minus from this inappropriate sum he just made mention of. Or if you were to eat food at 2,000 naira per plate, 50K will end in just 15 days. Do the mathematics. At this point, I want to appeal to the president that if you want anybody to address us as citizens, because we are on the edge, we are triggered already. Please,
yes.
Sir, Choose people that can speak properly to your people, to your citizens. Very well. We see people like Uki talking. We see people like Suzanne speaking. We see people like Ibn Abo. We see people speaking and appealing to the consciences of Nigeria that we know it is not enough, but they speak from a place of empathy and sympathy, not insensitivity. If the president cannot get people to represent him in the media or public space, he should be tell them not to even speak anymore. He just puts him on his talk. Saying that to interest, they should speak no more rightly or hold their peace. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Oboli.
Thank you, Mrs. Oboli.
Well said, well said. Buki, over to you.
All right, okay. I was talking about this man that I know. He had to now stay very far. That by the time he's looking at his what do you call it, transport cost, at times he doesn't even come to work. And when he comes to work, you will know that this man has not eaten well, and he has 3 children. And he has 3 children. He can't even buy decent clothes. You know, you will see. And then, of course, later on, I got to know he even has Parkinson's disease. And he now, I was asking him, and he said, he goes to the general hospital, and they give him a pack. And I said, that pack that they give you, does it take you for 3 months? Because they asked him to be coming every 3 months. He said no. He said the pack will only go for, I think, a week, because he has to use maybe 2 tablets or 3 tablets a day or something. So at times he will have to break it or something. You know, he was trying to just manage, but at the end of the day, the thing was there. So even if the government is saying they are doing this, to what extent? To what extent, right? The person is comparing with earning 2,000 whatever pound sterling. I can tell you, yes, it's below the gauge. I think the gauge is about 36,000 whatever per annum. So 2,006 would probably be about 24, thereabout, or 25. But I can tell you that if you compare it with that person who is earning 60, that person is still doing better. Why? Because I think Ibn Abbas mentioned it, and I think I had Susan. In terms of infrastructure, they will pay for it, no doubt about it. They will be taxed. But do you know that if you pay your tax, there are a lot of benefits for you there. You are happy going on the road and everything is working. Yes, there might be resistance and things like that, right? Right, but things are working for you. You can eat what you want to eat, cook. You don't have to go to restaurants and things like that. But in terms of standard of living, you are much, much better, because you are looking at poverty rate, you are looking at employment rate, you are looking at health, you are looking at, even when we talk about our multidimensional poverty rate, you understand? And then, of course, in terms of, I think I've mentioned health. So my own wrap up is this. We have said it. He's not comparing apple to apple, and that is very wrong. It's an insult to us. It's an insult to us. Rather, what we want from them is show us what you are doing. Make it plain to us that people will understand that it is a journey we have started. By the time we get to this milestone, this is what will happen. By the time we get to this milestone, this is what will happen. And when we are getting to those milestones, meanwhile, we have been getting to some milestones, but are people feeling it? The average Nigerian, are they feeling it? You understand? That is what I would like to hear from such a person. Thank you.
Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. Ibn Abbas, if you can keep it to a minute, I will allow you.
Definitely, I will. Thank you.
Okay.
You know what? Talking about infrastructure and other things. What came to mind was so many, very many years ago, I was abroad, one of the developed countries. I don't want to mention the particular country, but we all know these countries. you know, when you are working, when you go to some areas, I kept seeing, even in the supermarket and everything, so many years, I'm not talking about 20 years now. I was seeing ramps. Say, you know, somebody that was good, that one said, I want you boy papa. She motor to market.
Yeah.
You know, but it was for those on wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how they have been proactive so many
Yes.
years?
Yeah. I thought Susan was even going to talk about that too. Yeah.
It's not part of we are going, we will get there. No, it is as simple as carrying everybody along. You can't even carry everybody along, and then you are coming to tell us that 60. Please, that was what I just wanted to add. That so many years ago, there were ramps, even into big super malls. You will see ramps alongside the stairs, the stairways, and everything. So, if people who have done that, imagine what they are doing now for their citizens. Nobody is afraid of paying tax, but let us see, be considerate, feel the pulse of the ordinary man, and stop sitting in the comfort zone and be judging the life of the man in the dungeon. How can you be on the mountain and you are suggesting for that man in the valley that, oh, that valley man there, are you here do now? Enjoy your valley. Please. Let's like Buki said, like I have said, like we have all said. If anybody wants to speak on behalf of Mr. President, choose your choose. Oh,
Yeah.
know who you go to, who go come speak. Ready on a particular level now, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ladies. Nima, over to you.
Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us today. This is the last episode of HerLens